All right, this is Cancer Train number 2. What I wanted to say is from the beginning, when Miss Dana and I got on that train and those doors shut, it wasn't just Miss Dana and I. I cannot tell you how many people from my past and from my life from 40 years ago popped back into my life that were on that train. I mean, when that door shut, there was arms sticking out, people's heads, and it was several train cars down. People were jumping in. So what I'm getting at is when them doors closed on that cancer train and took off with Dana and I, took off with everybody who cared about me and her. And I get real emotional about that because there was just people that I didn't even think gave a rat's ass about me. They showed up at my front door. Hey, are you sick? I want to see you. You know, and I'm just like, oh my God, come here and hug me. I had people that, you know, I was, for you don't know, can't figure it out, I was a policeman, and I had a pretty strong bark when I was pissed off, and I had cops call me who I barked at over here today. They said, okay, if I come see you? I said, well, of course. I love you to death. I'd love to see you. Well, you yelled at me, but I'm like, oh my God, you're still carrying that with you. But I've had high school friends I hadn't seen since I walked across and got my diploma 40 years ago. They've been to my house. And one thing I told my wife when I got this cancer, I said, I'm going to conduct myself with dignity until I take my last breath. I'm not going to boo-hoo. I'm not going to be a reclusive. I'm going to be around people as long as I can. And I know eventually I'll have hospice and all that crap, but I'm going to be dignified. I'm carrying dignity until I take my last breath. But something that I had never entered my mind was being humble. All my friends who love me have come out and told me, hey, I love you, man. I love you. That's made me so humble. So I walk with dignity, but I also carry humbleness with me every day because I am so humbled by all the people out of state, in state, in my neighborhood, people I worked with. It's just, oh, I can't tell you. I mean, and a buddy of mine said something to me. We're out in the ocean one day on my boat, and he says, well, he goes, don't take this wrong. And I looked at him. He says, it's kind of good you've got cancer like this. It's better than having a heart attack mowing the grass because you get to see all these people who love you and care about you. And I said, you're right. And there's that word humble again. How could you not be humble? All these people, I get to see hear from all these people and hugs and stuff and text messages. And so anyway, that's what I'm getting about. When that cancer train door shut and it took off with all of us. Not just my wife and I. It took off with all of us. So anyway, I got to the radiation and I went through all the pain. They got me on steroids. And then we had to figure out what's going to happen to me because it's terminal. I mean, there's no curing it. I have, if anybody wants to know, it's called adenoid cystic carcinoma cancer. Roughly 1,000 people in the world a year get it. Can't hit the lottery or Mega Millions, but I won that. So, anyway. What they did lately here, I met with an oncologist, and they've taken my blood, and they're looking for this thing called markers in my blood. And this is not medical advice, and I don't even know, because I don't even know what I'm talking about, because when they're talking to me about this stuff, it's like an out-of-body experience. I'm still sitting there in front of my oncologist in a cancer center going, how in the hell did this happen to me? I can't believe I got cancer. It's like it's a bad dream. So they're looking for markers, and if they find them, and they told me the chances of finding markers in my blood are slim to none, And then they called me and said the bill $6,000. I was like, screw that. I don't have $6,000 for a blood test. Turns out we qualified for financing. So now the blood test is going to cost me $100. If they do find markers, somehow they can harness these things with my blood or whatever to attack the cancer in my brain. That'd be the best case scenario. But don't hold your breath. It's probably not going to happen because he said it's slim to none. They find no markers. So anyway, I live day to day with the fact that I've got terminal brain cancer, and I love my wife, and I'm so grateful for everything that I've had in my life. I'm just blessed. So we open the next train car, we get in it, we sit down, and we're just along for the ride. We love Jesus, we love God, and we know He's got a plan for me. He may cure me. I don't know. There may be a reason He gave me this. I don't know. But I see those commercials of St. Jude, those little kids, and I'm thinking, they didn't have the fun I had. They didn't go to all the 4th of July parades. They didn't go to Kenny Chesney concerts. They didn't go to Super Bowls. They didn't go to national championship games. They didn't get to work undercover and live out their childhood dreams. I mean, I've lived a life that most men would kill for. And so Miss Dana and I right now are sitting on that car, and that train's just going down the tracks. And August 21st, I'm going to find about the markers. But that's what's going on. That's my true story. And Miss Dana, like I said, and I are just riding on the train, waiting to open the car door next and find out what's going on with those markers. I love everybody who watches my videos and checks on me. And I don't want to mention any of my friends' names because it wouldn't be fair. There's just hundreds of them. And I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. You know who you are, and I love you. There'll be a Cancer Train 3 after August 21st. Thank you. I love you all. Bye.